Holy smoke, folks, it's Stuart, and we are coming to you from Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. We are about, for perspective, about 2 hours away from Allentown, Pennsylvania, which means nothing to you except for the fact that that's where I came from. Anyway, this is my Phrozen 4K Mini printer, which I purchased back in the beginning of December, and it took about 6 weeks for it to show up at my door. So they said about a month, but a little bit longer. And we're going to unbox the printer, and we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to get things hopefully set up. And I apologize for the mess on that chair. The chair's going to be leaving the office, and I'm probably going to put a table there, which the 3D printer will go on. And sorry, a little rocking. And I'm gonna get myself a cutter, and we're going to open it up and take a look at it. I apologize, I have to do this in voiceover because for some reason I lost the audio in this part of the video, and no matter what I did, it seemed to just be gone. So I'm gonna open that up, and we're gonna take a look on the inside, see what we got, and that will be that. Box, which we'll be going over in a few moments. The printer itself was a pretty nice printer. It was a small printer, not much bigger than my Monoprice Mini, and so a tiny printer. I had to take this out pretty carefully. There's the UV, the yellow UV protective cover, and I tried to not grab the printer by its Z-axis, so I didn't twist or bend it or anything. But it is definitely a very nice printer. It does come with a tape that is around the glass lens, and that black tape is there to keep it from to keep the resin from pouring down on the inside, so that it's protected. But I've put a lot of harsh chemicals and cleaners and whatnot all over the top of the printer, and that tape has come off. So I'm on email right now with support to find out what I need to do to replace that. In the interim, I've covered that area with Kapton tape, which I had from my FDM printer, and I've cut it with an X-Acto knife so that it fits nicely around the edge of the printer. That would be something that you could do if you had yourself a resin printer from Phrozen and it had the same tape. I don't know if all of their printers have them, or if it's just something that they did for the 4Ks. And that's all I know. All right? Right. Okay. Seems to be recording. I don't know if I'm going to have to cut this to get it open. Probably not. So here's the Mini 4K/S. This is the accessories box. Instructions. I'm going to have to read these. Oh, well, okay. That's going to be interesting. So for me to read, I've got to take, I need a bigger font. So I'm going to have to take each page, photograph it, and then read the, zoom in on it, and then read it, unless I can read this online. So we'll see. And we have a USB drive and what looks like some feet, and which I will have to put on. Not real great at opening bags, and then sanding disc, which I'm going to guess is to sand the build plate. I've been watching a lot of videos, so even though this is my first 3D printer, I kind of know what things are for. So let's see. Crappy USB drive. Right, that's probably got... Oh, it's a SanDisk. Okay. I did have some others ordered, so I should be getting them. And an Allen wrench and a couple screws. So we'll see what those are for. Rubber gloves, which I bought a box of, and a funnel to put my resin back in my bottle. A scraper, metal scraper, which I've also got some scrapers, and see which is sharpest. And we have the power supply, and we've got a plastic scraper, power supply, and we have the build plate. So this is the boring stuff. Power supply, and the build plate, which is exciting stuff. So just open that up. And there's the build plate. I've heard people complain already, watching some videos, that this build plate tends to be rough to put on. But we'll see if it can or not. So that's a pretty sizable build plate. Let's see what kind of... 0, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the build plate's 5 inches wide, and I can live with that. I can definitely. It's almost 5.5 inches wide, and it is 3 inches by 5 inches. So that's not too bad. I can definitely live with that size of a build plate, and I can make some stuff. I thought the biggest dimension on this was 3.9. Maybe it is. Maybe that's just printable area. So we will see what happens with all of these things. And I don't know which way I'm supposed to put this. I don't know which way I'm supposed to hold it. So we're going to put it there for what it is worth. So, for what it's worth, I have my ink that I got. So, sorry about the tilting. We will look at these this weekend, okay? And I've made a little more room on my print area, which you get to see, and the printer. And I've hung one of my monitors, so I will hook that up. I have a cable ordered so I can hook up one of my old tablets, of which I have many, to it, and something like a mini HDMI to HDMI. So I'll be able to hold that up, I'll be able to keep it on the table there, and actually see what I'm doing. So we're hopeful that that helps. That's one of the solutions. Now, I did have that dehydrator hooked up at the end of the table there. That was for drying out stock for the old printer, for the FDM printer. And I'm going to probably put that underneath things or to the side, because I do kind of like having my printer there. It's as far away from me as possible, and I think that's a good thing. Ooh, I can zoom in. And we'll have some outlets. We have a light, we have an outlet, and we have a fan, and we have some tools. So I'm thinking that that is going to be the home of the printer, and if we look to the right is the FDM printer, and I will probably get that going soon. I'm hoping to. I have a magnetic build plate. I might get a magnetic build plate for my Phrozen Sonic 4K. Oh, I'm going to have to memorize that. And we will see. We will see with that. So I will hook up the power and the build plate, and then I will take the instructions upstairs, and I'll take pictures, and I will start reading. So until then, I will talk to you later. Bye. There she is. She's got the build plate put in. I did not level it, but it's plugged in. It's got the lid on it. It's very nice. Stubaka is a very, very happy guy right about now. And Chewbacca is just staring at me as though I've done something interesting.